Joker, are you good? I don't see you in the thing.
I am currently driving home.
Oh, cool. Captain, if you grace us with a log, please.
Yes.
Would I be? Oh, by the by, going forward, would I be referring to myself as like fleet captain?
God, no, you don't have that rank.
Oh no, but then
Squadron captain.
Am I still just captain?
You're still captain. You haven't been promoted.
I
Okay.
You've just been given
appreciate the
an
reach.
assignment that has ships in it.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure I refer to myself properly.
Yep.
Okay. I'm ready to go then.
Um,
Let me know when we're recording.
we've been recording.
Oh, great. Captain's log. Stardate 55001.9. Tiger Squadron has been assembled and fully briefed. We are now ready for service within the 10th Expeditionary Fleet. Our mission clear. We're about to depart. Finally, before we head out, I'm taking a brief tour of the ships, and once that's done, we'll get underway. End log.
We cut to a certain runabout, warping across the stars from its distant sojourn to Bajor. As three personnel were able to enjoy, or do it their best they could to enjoy their leave time.
Yay, politics.
Yay, unresolved orb experiences.
Yay, finding out you might be responsible for chemical warfare.
So what I'm hearing is the three of you have a thrilling conversation about your shared trauma.
Yeah.
Although Varder managed to earn enough rep to offset the cost of his nifty new title.
Yes.
And we plan Myth's birthday party.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We did that. I'm sure when we get back to the Kismet, I'm going to get so much shade for the Guardian of the Celestial Temple title.
Undoubtedly.
Well, I mean, will we know about
mean-
that?
You'll look at his record and it'll be there.
I feel like at least someone on your security staff's going to make a comment.
Thralic.
I was gonna say, like, the security guys might.
Thralic, specifically, I feel like.
Oh, look who's got a fancy new title.
Yep.
Also, maybe Vada.
Vada, definitely.
Have I heard anything back from
Vada's
the...
like, oh,
what
I
ship
couldn't
was
be
it?
the only one with a special title. You
Yeah.
had to get one.
Yep. The was it the Andromeda that had the snake experience?
Yes.
That I had the snake.
Yeah.
Have we heard anything about them? They haven't just
Um,
been eaten by a giant snake, have they?
they are currently in last official report you were told security-wise is that they are still deep within uncharted space in diplomatic talks with the Woohoo and Chigoan species.
The Woo.
Tails. Woo!
I'm sorry, that's just a great name. That is a fantastic name for a species.
Mm-hmm. Random name
Woohoo
generator
party time.
Random name generator defeats me. But yeah, that's it's been very their fleet reports have been incredibly sparse and minimal.
Yeah, there's a reason I'm not a diplomat, and it's because I would snicker at the name Woohoo. In front of them, probably.
We are the mighty woohoo.
This is our
Woohoo.
empire. But yes, anything that the three of you discuss on your last bit before you arrive at Starbase 21?
Did Myth find her time capsule?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, since you ask.
Oh.
That's all I was waiting for to see if anyone asked. So Myth, some time ago, left the Temple of the Order of the Tiller as Varder stared into infinity.
Uh-huh. And I believe I asked if I could borrow a boat.
Shoo, computer. Shoo. Yes, I know. Thank you, computer. Yeah, you're able to. You're able to secure a boat with a bit of help from the local Prylar, who is fishing and suggests to you that he has no need of the boat, but you seem to. So feel free to have it. He'd much appreciate it if you returned it in one piece.
Of course. And I set up towards the head of the river.
You step into the boat, you see 2 oars.
I attempt to start rowing?
Fitness plus con, difficulty of 1.
Alright.
Myth versus boat.
Myth versus boat, yeah.
Fight.
Oh. I was just looking, I was like, I don't have a focus for this, definitely. Xenotechnology?
It's a boat.
There you go.
Gain a momentum.
Goodness.
Xenotech. Oh my god.
And you're able to start pushing off away from the... It takes a bit of fiddling with it because there are no... It is completely analog. There are no controls. These people just row.
Mm-hmm.
And you begin to row further and further away from the temple.
Hopefully that doesn't end badly. Oh no. So yeah, I row up to where the stream begins.
As you're rowing,
looking for familiar things.
As you row, it gets a bite colder. You're getting further and further away from any sense of civilization. As at most, you see the occasional shack, a small jetty, that sort of thing. And then it just slowly that happens every once in a while. And then eventually there's just you and the river and the trees.
Fascinating.
Myth just hears that out of the corner of her ear.
Whoops. There's a sense of familiarity of having been here before, but your memory banks don't register that you have been here before.
Yes. Unsettling. Every once in a while, I think I see a tree or something that sparks these very anomalous.
Sorry.
These very anomalous
joy.
internal sensory experiences that I do not understand.
Give me another fitness plus con, difficulty of 1. Cold would not bother you as it's getting colder because you're an android, but you still have to row the boat and not get caught up in the various debris. Yep, you're fine. You keep control
Cold
of the
never
boat.
bothered her anyway.
Get out.
I'm just gonna be like this all night. Great.
Don't I have? Ah, you silly thing! I knew it. Eventually, you reach a point where the water's just too shallow, and it just kind of peters out to the bottom. The boat basically starts scraping across the bottom of the waterway.
I stow the oars and get out of the boat and drag it onto a place where the wave tides won't make it go away. That's how boats work.
Yeah. Actually, give me Control Con difficulty 1. You're just securing the boat. Very simple thing to do, but if you don't do it, you lose the
Yep.
boat. It'll just float off without you.
There we go. Another one. I did not activate my extra complication range for this particular roll.
Oh no, I had it. You fridging thing.
Rolls a 1, breaks boat.
No, that'd be a 20.
Or yeah, rolls a 20, breaks boat.
Would you then be up Ship's Creek without a paddle?
Or boat springs a leak.
No, without a boat.
Without a boat. Or a paddle.
Theoretically, you could still have the battle. You just wouldn't have the boat.
Yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can just walk back.
I was gonna say, like, it's not gonna hurt you. You just might be a little late.
Yeah. Alright, I begin to look around the shore for the place that I saw.
Give me Insight Con difficulty of 2, as it seems some of the flora has changed in its pattern because, well, time has passed since you were or someone was last here.
Alright, I'm going to buy 1 die. 3. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I guess I should have not bought a die. So then I wouldn't have failed quite as badly.
Eventually, it starts becoming dark and a bit colder.
Oh, you know what I do after about 30 minutes of looking around?
Mm-hmm.
I start scanning. And it takes way too long for Myth to think to scan.
Give me Reason plus Science difficulty of 1.
You don't even have to spend for this. You automatically have the success you need.
Yeah, I mean, I still roll. We'll see if
Oh.
I get.
Because complications could happen.
Oh
anyway.
yeah, spend the momentum then. Just for the re-rolls.
Alright. Nope, that's the wrong. All 3 of those are successes.
Yeah.
If they're rolled with reason. So.
You detect something right in the deep, in a bit of covered up bit of ground that has quite a bit of grass grown in that particular area, and a few colorful flowers that have kind of patched around it. And you also detect what appears to be a human.
Alive?
Yeah.
Underground?
Above ground. They're kind of just over in that direction. You're kind of heading off into the mountains, and you're like, wait a minute. I don't remember this being in the mountains. Let me use my scanner. Oh, it's this way.
Alright, I walk over to where I detect a human.
Wait.
You see a familiar face. Although he seems to be, it's a human, older human. He seems to be dressed in a civilian attire, dark colors, blacks and grays, backpack on his back, sturdy boots, walking stick. He kind of seems to be waiting there amongst the flowers.
Don't recognize the token.
That would be a certain somebody you met at Wartburg Castle.
Ooh.
At the
The Midnight
under the
Captain.
castle.
Under the castle.
Yes. All right.
That guy.
So I approach him. Greetings. I was not expecting to encounter you here.
I was expecting you. I heard that you were headed this way, so I thought I would make sure that which belongs to you had not been plundered. For those who would keep the truth from you.
I appreciate your assistance.
I just happened to be in the area. Besides, it gave me a chance to go for a walk. Supposed to be a hike. Anyway, he kind of steps out of your way. I didn't bother trying to dig it up, but scans indicate the time capsule she once had is still down there. It looks like it hasn't been disturbed by anybody since it was buried.
Yes. I suppose I should retrieve it then.
You didn't happen to bring a spade, did you?
I'm afraid I did not. No.
He grins and he takes his backpack off, sets it down in front of him, starts rummaging around in it. Takes something out, presses some sort of control knob on some handheld device, and it kind of unfolds out and stiffens into a spade, about no longer than your torso.
Appreciated. I was anticipating having to use my limbs.
I figure it always helps to be ready for the simple things, I find. One is never sure when a set of matches or a spade may be of use.
Indeed. And I proceed to dig.
He kind of settles his backpack back on again and looks around. Give me control or fitness engineering. Difficulty of 2 to get it done in a relatively quick amount of time. Because succeed at cost just means you'll do it anyway. It just takes a while.
All right. 2. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy a die on this one. That's 2.
All right.
Yes.
I remember now.
Yeah, I mean, she just goes through like the monotonous motions.
Almost like a machine. As you dig, he kind of stands there and looks around. So what brought you out here?
The coordinates of the nearby temple, or rather the name of the nearby temple, was provided to me by one of our mutual associates.
Ah.
I was suggested to talk to the Vedic there.
Our mutual acquaintance has a closer connection with the people of Bajor than I do. I never really came here until after the war was well and over.
Indeed.
Not much
I had
place
not
for
been
us.
to Bajor before yesterday. That I remembered, I suppose. It is confusing.
Yes, I will be right back.
Okay.
there seemed to be utility in me traveling to Bejor at this period of time, as 2 of my shipmates were preparing to travel here as well.
Dare say a bit of kismet played a role in that. If one believes in such things.
And Miss does the little like head moving around thing. Ah, yes.
Eventually, you come upon you're able to dig up a hexagonal shaped. Does this make sense? You know what a hat box is, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of that size, metallic, with what appears to be various. It has some Bajoran like hand carvings in the top, or etchings, I suppose is a better way to put it, because it's metal.
Does it have any like obvious mechanisms?
It seems to be held shut with a seam, like there's a cover that pressed into place to keep it closed.
All right, then I set it down and like stick the shovel into the ground and attempt to open it.
It seems rather stuck, but given your, shall we say, inhuman strength, you're able to easily kind of pry it open.
Mhm.
Most people would have to fiddle with it. You just kind of like pop. It's open now. You see what appears to be a neatly folded up map, on a material meant for hand cartography. It's a type of plastic polymer surface that's kind of smart to a degree, so you can kind of draw on it and make additions to it. But the only thing it can do is map making. It's the only thing it's really good for. You see, there seems to be a gas mask in there with appears to be some sort of with two sets of filters with it. A Ryzian swimsuit, which is a generous thing to say, as that it amounts to bits of tissue paper and cloth, but they're brightly colored. What appears to be a roll of short-term adhesive, otherwise known on Earth as duct tape, although that form of tape hasn't been in use for a very long time, but the humans really love that name, and they kind of stuck with it. They call everything that looks anything like it duct tape. And a set of denim jeans. He kind of looks over and raises his eyebrows and looks over at you.
It is not the contents I was expecting, although I'm not sure what I was expecting.
I could sense there was something important here. This meant something to her. But I felt wrong to open it, and I don't know, I was hoping maybe there's going to be a data tape in there, or a DNA sample, maybe? Kind of tilts his head and looks around like maybe there's more in there, but no, it's an otherwise undecorated, otherwise obfuscating tin. Like, it doesn't have an obvious false bottom or anything like that. It's just, this tin looks like it's meant to hold, well, literally a hat, and someone just repurposed it as a capsule.
Huh. All right. I guess I look at the map, see if it has anything on it.
It would appear to be a drawing of a amateur cartographer's drawing of a settlement somewhere in its surrounding area. Insight con difficulty. I'll call this 3.
Insight con difficulty
Yep.
3. All right.
Want some dice?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab 2 dice for this
Eh,
one because.
And I'm gonna up the complication by 1.
All right.
Of course he is.
All right. Rolling insight con. I don't think I have any focuses on this, unless this counts as like researching something.
I would take it at an additional complication.
Comp 3.
Well, what's your
Huh.
what is your what's your
My con score is 3.
Tempting.
That's why it's tempting. I'm gonna take that increased
Okay.
comp
perfectly
range.
balanced as all things should be.
Exactly. All right.
All good things come in 3s. Then again, all bad things come in 3s as well. So
Just all things come in 3s.
Oh,
Well,
unlike that dice roll.
yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah. Well.
Would you? Is there any reroll you wish to attempt? Because something
don't
bad's
know
about
why
to
I-
happen.
I don't know why that rolled engineering instead of
Rolled
con. Like
con.
oh, okay. There. Seeing the prior roll. That's why it was confusing. Something's bad is gonna happen. You say?
Yeah, because
Uh,
you whiffed on the roll, and a
Oh,
complication
well.
happened.
Solutions like problems are limitless.
You know, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you challenge a value while you still have determination?
Oh yeah, you totally can. You can. You actually can have more than one determination banked.
Yeah, you can go up. I kind of want to challenge my value just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean I can't do it. Because there's someone who lived a life looking like me before and did things, and that's unnerving right now.
I will take that challenge. Yep.
All right. So I believe I strike out that one
Yep.
And you'll get a new one later, I think.
at the end of the
episode.
session. Yeah.
But you get a new determination.
Yes, that can be spent towards that challenge value. So I'm going to spend that one to reroll 2.
To what value?
Solutions like problems are limitless, or sentience is a gift.
Yeah, I think the sentience is a gift one.
I will take that.
All right. Rerolling 2.
Okay, you
Well-
succeed, but there's still a complication.
Yep.
Oh,
This
man.
complication was fated to be, I'm afraid.
I
And it
mean, you
was also
do
an enemy.
have another one.
I do.
Eh.
And I
mean,
never use my determination. I can use the second one to reroll. Sure, why not? If this one comes up as a complication, though.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know what to say to that.
yeah. I think you're just gonna have to let that lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to say to that one. Other than oof.
I'm checking to see if I have anything for that, but I really don't think I do.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to let it be, and hopefully you can overcome whatever that complication is, because you succeeded at the task.
Yeah.
Oh no. Hold on. Wahahaha. I needed a sound prompt. Yeah.
Y'all gonna get attacked by Bajoran wolves.
Yeah, they'll bite her arm and it'll be metal.
Oh great, this audio track is called Existential Dread. Awesome.
Bye, Myth.
Bye-bye.
We hardly knew ye.
The night gets darker. You can hear or detect distant screaming in all directions, fire in all directions, a sense of chaos, of danger, but you seem to be okay. You seem to be fine. Somehow.
Am I still in the same place?
You are in an indescript location.
Okay. What's happening over there? I'm gonna look.
The sky is dominated by a massive, glowing, pulsing crystal.
Oh no.
Fitness plus medicine, difficulty 5. You
God damn
remember
it! I
where
just
this
used both my
is.
termination.
I know.
Fitness medicine, you said?
As certain memories are brought to fore that apparently you also shared, as a great terror occurred in the galaxy.
Oh
And
no.
apparently Data wasn't the only one who knows what it is.
Oh no.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm rolling a fitness medicine total of 10 now. Yep.
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 do,
Hey, at
do,
least we
do,
didn't waste any resources on it.
do,
Yep.
do, do,
You know, when I said
Yeah.
buy myth, I wasn't being serious.
do, do. I'm entering something into your injuries, just so you're aware.
Oh, okay.
Myth honey.
He does that to me all the time. It's okay. I mean, you're rolling what I had to on the radiation planet, so you get used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, we know we're all on the runabout, so you're fine.
Yeah, you just
Or is
experience
she?
crippling depression.
Do you see the injury?
Yep. I see it.
Cool. As you remember arguing, shouting at an officer's face, saying, "We could save them. We could take them all. We don't have to leave them." The Prime Directive demands otherwise. Captain! And you get very angry, very upset, and it takes 2 or 3 officers to keep you from really harming this captain who's coming off as the most callous, unfeeling brute you've ever served with. In fact, you're questioning whether or not this person should ever wear the uniform ever again, as you were all beamed away. And actually, you remember one time researching this very event.
Mm-hmm.
Myth.
I collapse kind of down onto the ground.
Oh, great. Flicks out his tricorder, starts scanning you. Nothing damaged.
I am operational.
Try not to move for a second. I'm gonna make sure you didn't overload something. You seem to be suffering from an overload in your memory area. You've lost a couple of your fuses, but it looks like you have compensation for that.
Running internal diagnostic.
I'm not seeing anything else. Myth, could you tell me why your right hand is switching? And your diagnostic real when he points it out, it recognizes, oh yes, your right hand is twitching. And once you recognize that, it stops. Like it was an unconscious thing you were doing, which that's not a thing you do generally. You usually have to program that sort of thing for your body to do.
Mm-hmm.
This one just kind of did it. Oh, it stopped.
That was not a signal I was sending from my positronic net. I am unsure as to the cause. I will have to investigate further.
Folds up his tricorder. I see nothing, for lack of a better phrase, physiologically wrong with you, structurally wrong with you.
Affirmative. My systems are operating within 99.997% expected efficacy.
Could you try sitting up for me as a test?
Yes.
Kind of moves away from me a little bit to give you some room.
Just does, very sudden sit up.
Yeah, that's not unnerving at all. Did anything hurt?
I am unclear.
I get a sense that you're... Well, you seem frightened, but I didn't think that was a thing that could... But it seems like it's an echo, like it's not here, like it's just sort of there and not.
It fades away. When I am not recollecting the memories that are not mine. But it does echo, as you said. It is anomalous.
Kind of rubs his chin a bit. So what happened?
I saw a memory that I was not aware I contained. Something I had been told of by my brother, but
Forgive me, which brother? You have a few these days.
Lieutenant Commander Data.
He gets quiet suddenly, like, oh. Shrugs his shoulders a bit and kind of looks somewhere other than at you.
And at this point, stands up.
Looks back.
A crystalline entity of gigantic proportion.
Wait a minute, but you never encountered that anomaly.
No. I was not created at that point in time.
Timeline doesn't make sense.
I do not know, nor does the Daystrom Institute, when precisely my positronic net was first created. However, its activation did not occur until 5 years, 333 days ago.
If I could get into the Daystrom Institute, start shaking and start moving into their computers, I might be able to find out whose memories they implanted into you. I was hoping by coming out here with you, we'd have some answers, but I think we've unfortunately led you to more questions.
Indeed. I have some scattered memories that have emerged. However, they are discontinuous.
Oops, I said that. I did okay.
Perhaps this map does hold some clue. I do recognize it.
You do.
Yes, it is a lost colony. Sigenus 4.
No, I've never been there before. I'm not familiar with that planet. It's not part of any of our old stomping grounds. Then again, we're talking about a person who wasn't a member of the Watch. The Watch didn't, well, it did exist then, I suppose, but who is within you wasn't a member.
Indeed. I will have to research this more closely when I return to the Kismet.
Right. Is there anything I can help you with? I'd offer you water, but I don't think that would really help calm you. Or liquor,
Negative.
for that matter.
I do not understand. I will have to process.
Recognizing one's ignorance is the first step to wisdom, so says a wiser man than I.
An intriguing motto.
Infuriating one as well. Do you need help with your boat, or are you okay to get back home?
It appears to be mechanically operational.
All right. I don't think it'd be to your benefit for me to meet with Varder at this time. Even now, I took a risk meeting you out here, but I wanted to make sure no one found this place. According to the logs of how they hid this person, they hid everything about her. And the only sense I had from her memory was of this place, of this bit of flowers, this bit of river. But once I detected this time capsule, it felt wrong to dig it up. So I just kind of left it alone and kept an eye on it to make sure no one
She was
took it.
at some... I do not know if that is an emotion in the way they've been described.
Serenity, yes, contentment. I could see why she would feel that here, especially if she was an outdoorsy sort, which only the most scientifically minded or the most outdoorsy would want to venture this far away from the cities and towns of Bajor to find a bit of untapped frontier.
Yes, perhaps that was the desire.
I certainly hope so. Anyway, Myth,
I
have a
am
pleasant...
uncertain what I should do with this. And she just kind of picks up the box.
I believe that is more yours than anyone else's right now until we can find if there was any kin. Which you may be the closest thing to family this person has.
Perhaps. Yes. I suppose it is my duty to keep it for now, then. I appreciate your assistance, Captain.
The watch watches each other, as it were. I would appreciate my spade back, though. I only have the one.
Of course. She collapses it and hands it back.
He takes it and stores it back in his backpack and shoulders it back on.
I have yet to be able to make time to investigate the coordinates that you provided. Perhaps there will be more answers there.
It is another lead. But
It is very distant from here.
And on the plus side, those who attacked us are now much weaker than they were before, so time isn't as much of of the essence, but I imagine my understanding, or our understanding, a better way to put it, is that the answers to your past lie more in that direction than for us. We know of that place, but we find that some things most important to us need to be attended personally.
Yes. I suppose that makes sense given the experiences I've had in visiting this location. I would not have encountered that if I had not ventured here personally. Although I am not sure.
In the science of parapsychology, it is suggested that certain objects, places, can have, much like people, can have emotional imprints upon them. Vulcans tend to believe this thing as well. Likewise, we think of those with sonic potential as making imprints on the world, on the galaxy. Usually it's temples and grand locations, but we've learned in the Watch that sometimes it could be a simple bit of flowers, a bit of space. And like any good encrypted lock, it only unlocks for those who it matters to. Well, except for severely, incredibly advanced species that can detect such things, which it would be nice if they shared that technology with us. He stares up at the stars like he's accusing somebody of something.
Well, I suppose I must check in on Lieutenant Commander Varder.
He needs your help. You're right. And he starts walking off.
Oh, okay.
Pick up the hat box, get back in the boat, start rowing downriver.
You're not there yet. Murder.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hi, Myth.
Bye, Myth.
Ah, yes. Oh. Oh.
Hey, I didn't do anything.
So much more disappointed when Pin showed up.
It wasn't disappointment, but more like, oh, that's what's happening.
Who's
It's
that
like-
last guy?
Grinnin shows up. Oh, Pin shows up. Oh.
Is that a new
dear.
person?
Oh no, this is weird psychic shit, isn't it?
Last we left off, Varder had just started staring into an orb.
He was looking into a Bajoran orb of unknown property.
I mean, it's kind of weird, bro, that you're having a psychic event and you're dreaming about me.
I'm dreaming about all of you. You're not special, Ben.
It's a little sus.
Oh, this is trippy.
That's how orbs work.
This is the actual conversation happening right now as well.
Yep.
Varda, how'd you
Yeah.
manage to get lost?
Oh, don't think I'm lost. So how similar is this to the last time I had people magically show up around me?
Do you need help?
Don't know?
I am uncertain as to our purpose here.
Oh, hang on.
That's what we were here to find out.
Where are you?
The robot.
Yeah.
Meatball.
Yeah, fair.
Oh no, the orb is glitching.
Fair.
Hold on a sec.
Sure.
The glitch in the orb means you take 6 stress. You're
There we go.
you're not doing it right.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
Do I sound better now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. I said, where are you going?
Shouldn't you know why you're here?
I was here to find out. I knew there was an orb. I knew little more than that. Something to help Bajor.
Perhaps you should focus not on what they can tell you, but on who they are. For your friends know you better than you think.
I didn't come here for them. I mean, not to talk to them. I came here to... What?
You are here. You were always here. Listen to their voices. Open yourself.
Okay.
Because this is rather weird. Insight plus, or presence, oddly, plus,
Same thing.
command or medicine, difficulty 3.
Is there a difference between insight and presence?
It's inside you're figuring out what's being said to you. Presence is you just kind of doing it and without really understanding what you're doing. Like you're kind of blundering out and hoping
Okay.
it works.
Because the number's the same either way, so...
Yeah.
Psionics? Question mark? Focus?
Yep.
Great.
Joker.
Difficulty 3? Okay, sure. 3 threat, sure.
Sure.
That's why I did that.
All of you may act as if you were here in the ocean. If that would be confusing to your character, feel free to roleplay that out.
God, why am I here again?
Where is here?
Oh, this is weird.
Oh, it's his ocean thing.
This is the ocean?
Yeah.
This is anomalous with my prior experience.
Last time it was all dead.
Lieutenant Commander Varder, I was informed that you needed assistance.
Yeah,
Are you okay?
confused.
How badly did
You
you
know,
mess up
thing-
to drag us here?
I don't think I did mess up. It wanted me to listen to you all.
Oh, great.
The orb?
Well, the orb was speaking from Solari, but yeah, I'd say the orb.
We have
I
guests.
would-
Oh, well. At least they look like the friendly ones.
This isn't exactly what I expected out of a vacation on Bajor. Just so you know.
I mean, it's much better than last time I was in the ocean. They were red and trying to kill me.
No, it has been calmed since then. Everything's different.
Can someone explain to me what the hell is going on?
It's just psychic
Not
stuff.
adequately.
It's.
I wish I knew. I don't
Why
usually
are we
play
being
around with these
surrounded?
psychic shenanigans.
I don't know why we're surrounded.
Also, there haven't been any, like, snakes or anything, right?
No.
Oh, there are.
Uh,
See,
Varda ran into, like, a giant snake a little while ago, so I was just checking.
To answer your joke, this is. It's called the ocean.
I know what an
Connects
ocean.
everything. It's not a real. It's not a physical ocean. It's. I guess you'd call it a mind space. Everything's psionically linked through it.
As I understand it, it is the psionic substrate corresponding to subspace.
Magic, got it.
Thank you, Myth.
Negative.
If it helps him just figure it out, we'll just go with magic for now.
I was sent here, or told to go here, to a specific temple on Bajor, to find an orb and get answers from that. That would help me with Bajor, and the orbs told me I should listen to you.
I mean, why are you, a child? Do you stick your head in every random orb you come across?
No, this would be the first time.
Isn't that sort of supposed to be the whole Bajoran thing, though?
Kind of a weird thing.
I mean,
Well,
we
I-
don't judge your religious practices, Pen.
I don't have any.
Exactly.
And my non-religious practices don't drag us into a psychic realm space surrounded by Calcut crystals.
I mean...
Right.
I'm going to touch a Calcut crystal.
So looking at where we're at, could the Kashoans help Bajor in some way? Or vice versa? Maybe that's what you're supposed to figure out.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know why they'd be particularly interested in Bajor.
Or maybe the Gamma Quadrant. Of course you are.
As you reach out, you all see what appears to be a family at a setting up for market in a Bajoran city. So children helping out the mother and father with the setting out of things to be sold, helping clean up, and then the memory fades.
Is that your memory?
Is it? I don't think it would be. I'm gonna say no.
Because it sure as shit wasn't mine.
I'll reach out and touch the one next to me.
It has been a day of unusual memories.
You see Varder standing in the on the bridge of the Kismet, being affixed with his badge, indicating that he has become a lieutenant commander.
I'm gonna touch one.
You get zapped.
Yeah.
Point of clarification: do we all see this, or is just the
Yes.
person who touched one? Okay.
You all see the memories together. I was about to give that designation to the wrong person. When you touch it, you see an image of crewmen jogging together down a corridor, a passageway, chatting amicably. Varder, every face you've seen, you recognize.
Are we watching Varda's memories?
You're watching those he's influenced, those he's saved.
Oh, that's a stretch.
Aww.
You've heard me once. Most of you have heard me once say, we are the light and the darkness, wandering forth together, the prophets are guide, etc., etc. Right? You remember that? Close to when I first came aboard the ship.
Affirmative.
When I said that, it was after a vision, to call it for lack of better words. That was the first time I'd ever heard it. And in this temple, the Vedic said the same lines, and said it came from a Varder in the first place. They've also got some
Intriguing.
sort of history with my family.
Why don't you try touching a Kishon?
Okay. Go. Touch. Listen.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Oh. Crystal
mech.
Yeah.
Get
It's becoming a Gundam.
get swarmed.
Does that mean he's a Vardatron?
But
Okay, that was a pretty good one.
oh. It ate you.
Nom nom.
You sense a lot of things. Give me insight, medicine, difficulty of 3.
Oh, this one's the medicine one that I avoided before. Got it.
Oh, sorry. 4. 5.
Oh.
Oh.
I
Determination,
see.
perhaps.
Yeah, I think I'll need to. With
More
maybe
can always be
a.
learned.
I mean, more can always be learned. I feel it in my bones.
Are these just your bones?
No, I don't think it's just my bones. I think my bones aren't helping though. The odds will not beat me. I'll beat them. I'd probably go with more can always be learned. That seems like the more we're trying to figure things out here. Starfleet citation. Alongside that, their determination. Let's see. You get 3. Psionics. Yeah. Yo.
Nice.
And roll your veteran.
1 second. Let me get my heart back.
Train!
Hey! Termination train.
What was the difficulty of that check?
5.
Oh, okay, I put one back. I thought it was 4.
Oh, that's crystal clear. Yep.
Crystal clear.
I didn't even. Oh. Oh,
Unintended puns are the best puns.
Anyone else just imagine them popping?
Well, now I am.
I was just kind of imagining them turning into a liquid.
One by one, they all go.
As they all
That
just
exact sound effect.
the crystals kind of form, kind of sink into the ocean and disappear.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing, but
Yeah.
Now
So. Okay.
Oh no.
Think. Oh.
Anti-Varder.
does he have
No,
a
I think this one's new
goatee?
for me. Yeah.
That's usually what I have happen.
Do you get what that was about? Because I'm not sure I do.
No.
Oh.
Kind of feel like I need to see if there's any records of my parents or grandparents, given everyone in this temple seems to know them.
But didn't they die, though?
Then
Like when we were
that's-
young.
Yeah. They're 12? 12. Nearly 13. It was a long time ago. They just vanished.
1 minute there, 1 minute not. It's wasn't it an explosion? Transporter? I don't know.
Cardassians.
Well, yeah, probably.
Never. You are our grandparents?
Yeah.
We're talking to ourselves right now.
Yeah. This is weird.
This is Tuesday.
So are we supposed to hug or something, or?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, good. I didn't think so either.
GM sounded so disappointed.
Secondary Varder is sad.
That's because Varder, in fact, is sad. Jeez, so insensitive.
What is it? Where? Oh, the best I can make of is what? Be a guiding light, kind of an exemplar, which we try to do anyway.
But we're not a priest anymore. We're a soldier now. Galaxy's not like that. It's not all singing chants and spreading the word. That's how people die. That's how our parents died.
I mean, you can spread the word, just I'd rather if the word actually, did something.
Hey, a phaser talks a lot louder than a word. So does torpedoes. I'm not sure what this whole feeling out and being a light's gonna mean anything. I mean, sure, we made friends on the Kismet, but so what? I mean, we can make friends anywhere. We can. In Starfleet, I mean, what are they gonna do? They're gonna just let Bajor be corrupted. Well, we have to fix their messes.
We're our own people and to make our own choices. Any corruption within is to be dealt with within. Starfleet's not there to babysit us. Federation isn't.
But don't you think they might be, I don't know, taking advantage of us? I mean, sure, it's not the occupation by any stretch, but you look at these guys. They're getting into wars left and right, dragging us along for the ride. We've had to get bones of crystal put in us. I mean,
We didn't exactly volunteer for that, it just happened.
yeah, but whose fault was that? All we were supposed to do was just be some Master Chief, keep people from killing each other, and then be on with our day. Instead, we're now, let's see, psychically connected with a vast ocean that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, what does it all mean? What does it even matter?
I don't know. I'm not exactly an all-knowing being. If I was, I probably wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, no kidding. Aren't you some like wise prophet thing that's supposed to give me answers?
No?
What do you mean no? That's what this whole thing's about, isn't it?
I would think that's what I thought. It's kind of what Adler said. More or less. Less, really. She doesn't ever be specific, does she?
Everyone has to be cryptic about these things. Be nice to get a straight answer.
We got a straight answer up and
That's true.
then again we were in her head, so are in her head? Nah.
So, what do we do now then? If you're not the prophet or whatever, or the emissary or something, or the crystals, do we just like I don't remember being told how to do an orb experience. I remember people stared into a rock and then they hallucinated a bunch, and then apparently they felt better.
You hear
I mean-
about them, you hear people talk about them, they don't exactly say, there are steps to it, it just happened. It's not exactly like we have training for this. Or that we would have listened to that training. We didn't
Yeah.
leave the FedEx assembly. Prylars. Oh, the whole. Yeah, there's phrases and words there that I'm half remembering.
So, we know what we need to do then, right? I think we got our answer. Sort of.
The best I can get at is do what we have been doing.
I got something else.
Oh,
Yeah, that there's that it's like there's something out there. And that we're what stops it. Which sounds very emissary sounding, and I don't like how that sounds at all. Because that means more psychic nonsense.
at this point, psychic nonsense is a part of us.
We could have the crystals removed. Maybe they'll fix it. Probably
And
hurt. But we need
then
new bones.
They'd have to remove the net as well as the
Yay.
bones, and that's a lot. That's including our skull.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's actually possible.
It's either that or more of this. Because I get the feeling this ain't going to be the last time we see each other again. Which, as much as this conversation is the first conversation that's made any sense,
It's still confusing.
yeah.
Right. Well, when we get out of here, I guess I'm going to find some Bajoran archives that were hopefully not destroyed.
It is nighttime, and a boat pulls into a dock. Myth makes her way inside because she's probably wondering what happened to Varder.
Mm-hmm.
And Varder, your knees hurt because you've been sitting here for hours. Staring at something and holding onto the door. So your arms are kind of stiff, your shoulders kind of hurt a little bit.
But I'm conscious in here.
Yep.
Alright, so that's probably slowly stiffly moving his arms away and aside, stretching them before closing the doors to the thing. And staying there because he doesn't feel confident in standing right now with the my legs.
Mr. Varder, are you all right?
Yeah. Confused. Kind of got an idea of what to try, but it's more like it's like the answer was just to look somewhere else. If that makes sense.
I believe I can understand arriving at that conclusion, yes.
Were you actually I'm going to assume you weren't actually there.
Where?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The prophets explain what needs to be explained, says the Vedic.
They just kept saying you are the light in the darkness. You said that came from a Varder. But I don't know what it means. My best guess is to just be an example or a guide. But another me's guess was something else. Which makes me sound insane.
We are always beset by doubt. The tricky thing is recognizing that and using it rather than letting it use us. For that's how the wraiths pull us from our course. Whether the one we are destined toward or the one we wish to have.
Just gonna try and stand.
Oh, pins and needles, but you're able to stand.
Yep. Something to lean against is what's going to happen. Like a pillar or something. I'm going to guess you don't have any records on my family here.
No Varder was a member of this order. We have a record of those who visited here during our existence. but that's a guest registry, a visitor. Varders have come and left this place in various periods of our existence. It saddens me that you may be the last Varder we'll see. Then again, the emissary did say that the game is a thing that has happened, is happening, and will continue to be played. So perhaps we will see you again, or a Varder yet again. Somehow. He shakes his head like, even he's kind of like, yeah.
Well, I think you're the first one here that's been even remotely amicable to the idea of a Varder here. Sounds like my family did something against you at some point.
Many Varders were orthodoxy and demanded that our heretical and backward ways come into the Orthodox fold. Tillers have never been ones to settle down for very long. Even this temple has moved over the centuries. It's just not our way to sit still and let destiny happen to us. We find a way. And then a Varder once said, as you know, that we are that light.
Yeah. Was a Varder a part? So no Varder's been a part of the order, but part of that statement is our hands firm to the tiller. Just a coincidence, or?
As I say, the emissary suggests that the game is something that we eternally play. Perhaps a Varder does serve as a member one day, and perhaps they call back across time to earlier in the game to ensure that when we play, it's not unfair or blinded by those who would try to cheat us or harm those we care about.
Or keep us from first base.
Okay. Right. Well, that's something for not me to think about right now. Thank you, Vasa.
Just remember that you are now... The light within you is now brighter. If you wish to ask something of yourself, and that will make sense to you, I hope, you can. Although you might not like the answers you hear, they are truthful answers. For if there's any light we can trust, it's the light we hold in our hands. So,
yeah, blunt and to the point. That sounds like if I was talking to myself.
we Tillers aren't known for being very diplomatic.
Neither am I. That's what my next few months are gonna be, though.
Now, I believe you have someone you need to help. And I believe you, good Lieutenant Myth, have found what you sought. Is there anything I can help either of you with? I don't think you need a boat anymore.
No.
Indeed. Out of character, I remember at the end of last session, I asked the Vedic if he knew the name of the person who looked like me, but we faded to
Crying.
glowy.
We faded to tears. You were crying.
All right.
He said the name.
All right. Cool.
Uh, yeah, no, one thing did come to mind, but when I was trying to find you in the first place in the capital, you were not exactly liked. In fact, they might believe I was here to investigate you.
Well, that's not the first time we've been sought in a purge. Thankfully, the Orthodoxy has far less power than it ever has, so any attempt of the Vedic Assembly and will not be able to mount any sort of purification of the Prophet's world. And I doubt the Federation will stand by for a rise of mob rule. We've hopefully gotten beyond such things.
No, that would be. Let me see if I remember. I can't remember the phrasing. Something, questioning of religious freedoms is against the Federation would look really bad.
Yeah, something to that effect.
That was exactly what Varder said.
That's what he says back to you.
Oh, okay. I was,
He's not Starfleet. He's been out. He's been in this temp out in the middle of the woods. What does he know?
yeah, no. If you were, I mean, I imagine your voice probably doesn't mean a lot. No offense, in terms of just being ignored.
Well,
For-
thankfully, we're one vote among many within the post emissary period of sects. So those who reject the emissary, well, their voices are becoming a lot quieter. It's hard to argue with history.
Well, to make sure that you are in the loop in case, politics, people try to make sure you don't hear it so you're not there and you don't vote. The Orthodoxy's trying to bring back the Jajars again. So, yeah. Keep an ear out for that.
I would say the same to you, since if such a system were in place, you would be demanded to return home to uphold your holy duties.
Yep. I've already got my entire leave planned out for me to be campaigning against it.
The prophets go with you then in your quest.
Yeah. Good luck dodging the witch hunters.
It's appreciated.
Oh, in the other room, you've got a map,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like you're plotting a course.
Yes, we were commissioned by a human to find a old space station along the galactic barrier. Many of us have traveled the stars and have become rather adept at reading incomplete charts. So we've been trying to figure out where exactly the charts say the station is. It's surprising too, because the map is only a century or two old. It's incredibly new compared to most of the ancient texts we have to pour over back in the capital.
Well, I don't know really anything about plotting courses, but I don't know if Myth would be able to help, if you would even accept that.
Well, if you're willing to stay for the next few months, we could certainly
Oh.
go over the charts and take up some of the originals.
Well, that'd be entirely Myth's call, because I don't have that time.
I believe the Kismet will need us back before then.
Yeah. Well, that was a thought. I think that's it then, unless there's something you have to say to us.
You came to me, good Varder. I'm merely a light in the darkness to make sure you go the way you wish to go. To make sure no one is turning you away and misleading you into the rocks.
Yeah. Alright, well, if you're done, then I think we should be getting back to the capital.
Indeed, I'm sure the doctor is waiting for us.
Yeah. I'm sure we've both got a lot to show and tell. And, you know, walk it off. The stiff leg, walk it off.
Yeah, all we have to do is get back to the car.
Yeah. I think I'm driving, though.
I'm sure Myth could drive.
Does Myth know how to drive?
She's a very quick learner.
Myth!
I
And
mean,
the scene will end there as we cut forward in time.
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to actually do campaigning.
That's for next time.
Oh, no.
As Commander Pend and Captain Grinnon step onto the bridge of the Peltist.
Actually, have to go right back.
Cozy.
Yeah, it's pretty Spartan, like most Defiance.
Captain on deck. And everyone kind of steps out of their chair and stands at attention.
I think they're talking about you.
At ease.
They stand at ease.
That'll take some getting used to.
What's the status report of the ship?
Has Penn been on the Peltast? Or is this new for both of us?
You both just stepped onto the bridge at this point.
Okay.
The XO steps forward. Status update: the Peltist is ready to go. We've gotten our resupply of torpedoes, and we just got cleared for flight. At the moment, we'll have to recalibrate the fast targeting systems once we get out in open space. Some holographic targeting and stuff like that. Fire off a few probes for target practice, that sort of thing. But otherwise, the ship is fully underway.
Well, that's good. That's one less thing to worry about.
Very good. Feel free to coordinate. Our own targeting systems should be able to help you calibrate.
Calibrations.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's something we could work on with all three of the ships. We can try and share tactical and sensor data.
And the captain's gonna take a look over at this thing.
It looks to be a tactical. Normally, this table would be in another room on deck 1. It shares the same room as the bridge. This is that's the con, as it were. This is your a table that's for tactical and strategic displays. It's also where you do astrogation mapping and stuff like that. But usually, this table is also something that your navigator department of your flight would have, like their own little room to kind of plot it out. You'd go in there, go, we want to go here, and what kind of anomalies. Like it's a sort of long. But for a more tactical operated ship, sometimes it serves better to have that in the room because they're going to have to do a lot more tactical planning. Most Defiants have, even if they're not tactical operation configured, they have to kind of plan out where they're going and how they're getting there because they're tiny. So getting jumped by a massive fleet is usually not to their advantage.
Last time that a major ship of the line used that kind of design is like the NX-01.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes
And you actually see there are some overlays already there, which shows where the ship's been, and there's a certain corner of it that's been set aside for, it has question mark, mission area, question mark, as it seems to be waiting for what the new mission area for the ship is. The last ones were showing like old patrols that the ship was already going on. And then the journey here when it was called for the Tiger Squadron.
Hmm.
Well, we can give out mission updates after all ships are ready. Are there any quirks of the ship we need to know?
The biggest quirk I could say is that the ship, we have gotten past a lot of the Defiance original design flaws of it running a little hot while firing all its weapons. We've had some replacements using the new Intrepid style heat design, which has mitigated that. However, that does increase our maintenance issues a little bit, where we have to keep a closer eye on the biogel packs. And there are this ship was not designed with biogel packs in mind. It was designed with the old isolinear plasma conduit conjunction, and that means that the packs are in very awkward reach spaces. Our staff has gotten used to it since our last patrol along the in the Cardassian territories, but it has challenges that we will have to get more used to as time goes on. Maybe even ideally a refit to make those more compatible with our existing space frame would be ideal. But right now, that would require dry docking the whole ship.
Yeah, I don't think we've got quite that time.
Yeah, I didn't think so, sir.
Well,
Pend, see to it that before we get underway, that the Peltast gets its tactical layout in sync with the Kismets.
understood. That was something I was going to work on between all three ships.
Right. I'll leave that one to you. Would you like to join me would you like to join me on the plank, or would you like to stay here and get your affairs in order?
I can certainly join you to have a look at the plank.
Right. And you can come right back here.
Everyone, let's keep working to make sure we're ready for when the squad's ready to roll out.
Aye, sir, they say in unison.
Exact unison. Dun, dun,
They-
dun.
And they all begin taking their seats and get to work. On a glance, you can tell that these people have effectively attribute 9, discipline 2. They're good. They can do their jobs, but these people have not seen the high adventure and intense shootouts that the rest of the 10th has. So these people have experience. They know how to do it, and they know their job. But yeah, their tenure has been far more peaceful than yours.
We're about to change that.
Yeah. So you both
You are
step off.
serving with the Kismet now.
So the two of you step off the bridge.
Yes, to go
Yep.
visit the plank.
Eventually, the pair of you get back to the starbase as you have to move from ship to ship. It's a short walk, and you're saving energy on the transporters.
So, everything's looking well enough as it stands.
And then Joker rounds the corner. Joker, you've been trying to find the captain, and someone finally told you where he was, because it took a bit of signing off on a million different papers to get clearance to know where the squad captain was. Why do you want to know? I have a reason to know. Freaking tell me.
Ah, Joker. Joker?
Sorry, I thought you cut out for a second.
Joker.
Captain, just who I wanted to say.
How can I help you?
One sec. Hate to do this mid-scene.
Pen will just lean over to Grinning. Who's this new guy?
Sorry, nothing wants to work right now. As soon as I switch to this.
Oh, that's right. How much has Pen?
Oh no,
Does
I've
Pen know Makarov?
he does. I'm just fucking with him.
No. Okay. I was trying to remember the timeline of things.
Okay, there we go.
How can we help you, Mr. Makarov?
So, I am under the impression that you have formed a squadron of sorts.
That is correct. The USS Peltast and the USS Maxwell Planck are going to be accompanying us in the coming months in a new operational area.
Oh, it's nice to know I'm not the only one that's been busy. So, tell me, what's the firepower status of your squadron?
Well, despite its size, would easily have to be the Peltast.
Yeah, we're designed to hopefully not shoot at anything, but if required to make them regret it.
And Grennan nods. Of course, there's also the Maxwell Planck, which, while not as small as the Peltast, is a good deal faster.
And tell me, are they able to maneuver quickly, like nimbly as, say, a fighter squadron, any kind of group?
It's been considered. One of the things that was considered when putting together the squadron, whether or not a fighter complement would be useful. However, the
You're breaking up a bit there, Cap.
Yeah, restart your
of
Discord.
course I am. Give me a sec.
Yes, it was decided that the Peltast would be more suited for the current mission parameters.
It's also all the admirals would give us.
That as well.
There we go. I'm back. However, I think you'd be best suited to remain on the Kismet. The Kismet has the shuttle capacity to support the kind of small craft that you're suited to.
Like I'm looking for something.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I was just looking for something. Well, I've read a couple reports by Captain A. Thatton on the topic of mobilizing shuttle complements as a more regular part of Starship operations for more than just away teams.
And I've been putting it's been discussed, and I've even put in a preliminary requisition for a couple of Delta flyers for the Kismet.
Well, you may or may not know, I've been on the Starbase taking a few, let's say, extracurricular classes. In the event of such a less than regular. I just lost my total train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh,
You're good.
a less than orthodox application to starfighters.
We'll see. It's a lot of paperwork to get starfighters approved. To get a Federation fighter craft approved, especially since our mission is that of a survey ship. However, as said, the experimental Delta flyers may be within my wheelhouse of maneuvering to get some assigned to the Kismet, and in such an event, they are very useful as small fighters, not as powerful as dedicated fighter craft, but still quite adept.
Well, if your mind were to change, I'll be on 21 for a little bit longer, finishing up the classes and earning my wing commander status. And I can scare up a wing of fighters relatively easily, as well as call some of my old crewmates from the Everest and Arbiter.
Well, we'll have to see. I'll keep that under advisement. Just be aware, getting the assignment of vessels to the squadron that we have now was already a difficult task. Getting a fighter squadron assigned, even if it's a pre-existing one, or a newly formed one that you're suggesting for the exact purpose of joining the Tiger Squadron, could still be an uphill battle.
And I understand, Cap.
Insight. Oh, hang on. I have to make a roll. Apparently.
Well, you don't have to make a roll.
Law
You
focus.
can forgo it if you want. I can't force you to roll.
Oh shit! Never mind.
That's what the roll is for,
Insight
actually.
Command. I'm gonna give you a threat.
Sure.
Law focus.
I'll take it.
Could I assist?
Yes. Since you actually asked the question that this is actually pointing at, yeah.
I mean, luckily I have bold.
Oh, in that case, I will. In that case, if you can assist, I won't spend the threat.
Okay, so I think I gave myself a threat. So boop. So I'm on the GM layer. There we go.
Come on. Roll the dice. A.
2 momentum generated. The sort of thing Makarov seems to be suggesting, and thinking about it, you remember that the resources of the Arbiter in Everest were kind of left in the mothballs a bit. So there's a lot. It is actually very possible that with a bit of, shall we say, non-commissioned officer campaigning, while you're journeying off, you might be the Makarov might be able to actually scare up a fighter wing and pilots. So you can actually get
as in like if he gets the fighters together and they say no, we want to serve with the Tiger Squadron.
Yeah, we already have the ships. We're already trained. We're already rated for them. We're just waiting for an assignment, and it's like we'll take that assignment. We'll put in our request to the CO of the squadron. It's like, oh, I have a request from people who want to join me. So I just have to sign off on this, and because they're not, as long as they're not assigned elsewhere, they could go. They can apply. They just haven't applied.
Oh.
Because you heard about the Arbiter and Everest kind of mothballing, and then they never really applied to a new posting. Joker's like one of the few that applied for a new post and got it. Others have either not applied for whatever reason because they took vacation, or they've been, playing around with their new ships and minus the weaponry, because you can't just fly around with torpedoes. That's all kinds of illegal for civilian use.
Except we did catch someone with those.
Yes.
All right. Well, under those circumstances, I think I see what you're driving at, and I think that actually might be a good idea.
And one more question.
Yes?
Captain, do you mind if I take some of the pilots from the different ships, see what they can do with the shuttlecraft, just to make sure they're ready for any red zone activity, whether it be medevac or just transport. I'll give them a crash course. Nothing that will delay your departure.
I could
All right.
probably answer that
I still
one
have to do
a bit better, Captain. Considering I trained most of the con department on the Kismet.
Indeed. I could save you some time, Makarov. Penn can handle that for the Peltast. He's quite experienced with con departments, and the Peltast is going to be under his command anyway.
Yeah, with such a small crew for the Peltast, I doubt we'll have too many spare con officers. But I know the ones on the Kismet are trained enough for generalized missions, so there shouldn't be an issue.
Meanwhile, the flags probably could use the help.
I'm not trying to disparage you in any way, Commander.
I am.
I'm just figuring we really haven't been through a lot of, well, we have, but not war-type red zone activity. And if what I've been seeing out of the corner of my eye is brewing, we might need that kind of extra training.
You can certainly put the option forward to all the crews, but again, I train the Kismet con staff personally, so I know they are capable.
I understand. No, I hate to rush out of here, but I've got somewhere I need to be.
Good luck with whatever you need to do. He seems happy. And Grenon's not here.
As Grenon seems lost in thought, we'll actually cut to somebody else. As the blue screen of death appears in the captain's eyes. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
I'll just
About
drag him
time.
along.
Not again. I thought we fixed that glitch.
He's the real android.
There we go.
Mhm.
I'm back.
Oh, that's a shame.
Welcome back.
Net died. Oh, hey.
As we cut back to a little bit after a certain person rescued a certain Vedic, and a certain someone enjoyed some medical time and some personal time. But eventually, a certain day of importance rolls around, and 3 officers gather at Quark's.
Oh, if you want, on the Deep Space Nine map, there's a token for Quark.
I'm good. I saw
I
it.
like how Morn is just a part of the map.
Yeah, not a token, just part of the map.
Normally, I scratch things like that if it's distracting. No. Morn's there.
Morn's
I don't care who has control DS9. Morn is there.
Well, no, you missed it when when I ran the game on Saturday. There was a bit where they walk into Quark's bar, and I said, of course, like all the classic aspects of Quark's bar are there. The Dabo table, the Hollow Sweets, Morn.
Mm-hmm.
Got progressively louder as you went on for that as well. How did we con Myth into coming here again?
Oh yeah, how did you get Myth to come here? That's a good question.
Yeah, Doctor, how did you do that?
Oh god.
I said we because I'm perfectly willing to bounce ideas, but I've got no idea at the moment.
My best guess is the observation of, like, for research purposes, what they do when they aren't supervised.
Go look at some Bajoran culture.
Huh.
There we go. Because Myth
This
would...
table has a good vantage point.
Yep.
To observe the bar.
Indeed.
And the Dabo table, and all of the...
Yes, statistical analysis.
I believe
Oh,
he is
no.
cheating.
Yep.
Oh no. We're about to get through.
Myth's about to download the rules for Dabo.
Spin the wheel and win.
I recently put in a request for additional command training.
Hello, excuse me. What would you like? Anything to drink? Anything to eat? I can bring it up from the bar up to here if you like. You see a server in Quark's outfit, although it's a lady in, shall we say, rather creative design choices.
The Dabo girl outfits.
Yeah.
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 Negative. I do not require any sustenance, but thank you.
Aractogeno.
Ractogeno straight with no blood wine in it?
Yeah, with no blood wine in it.
Okay.
Aren't we daring?
Do you carry denobulant sausage?
Denobulant sausage. Taps her chin for a moment. Yes, I believe we do.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure it's not frozen. Yes, it's not frozen. She smiles and nods.
Also, I believe this occasion, well, none of us are human, but I believe it's traditional to celebrate birthdays with a cake.
It's a
She looks
birthday?
over it.
She leans over the railing. We have a birthday up here. You hear cheering down in the 2 decks below. Who's the birthday person?
Myth. He's going to gesture across to Myth.
And Myth
how-
looks surprised.
How old are you today? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh,
Or should it be a missile? She winks. She seemed very excited.
I am 6 years old as of today.
Now I want to see the surprise look on her face.
Blink.
Android.
Technically, in 4 more hours.
We're celebrating a little bit early.
It's the
Sure.
day.
That's myth. In the Okay. All right. We'll just put birthday in there. Any particular flavor of cake? Engine oil?
Oh, bless.
And Myth kind of looks at the doctor. I am
Lard?
unfamiliar with cake flavoring.
Lubrication?
Didn't we have this conversation if you could taste things before?
Yeah, like she can. It's just,
There's,
yeah,
It's weird.
there's no biological imperative to eat, so.
Yeah.
yeah. There's no dopamine response to good food, but it's still an interesting experience.
Let's see.
The taste is logged and
Well,
noted.
there's a variety of flavors I could think of. I mean, there's always the tried and true of vanilla and chocolate. That seems to be rather popular. We have Alterian brandy cake, which is rather, it can be a little strong, but it's somewhat popular among some people. There's Jumja cake. Well, it's more of a Jumja pie, really, because it's very berry heavy. Let me think. Takeberry cake.
Something with a complex flavor profile, please.
Oh, let me think.
That could be bad for us, Murder.
We'll find out, yeah. We're going on an adventure for myth here.
Worth it.
It's almost like I predicted that and got a very strong tasting drink beforehand.
Yeah, you. If I remember right, Denobulin sausage is just like fish, but in sausage form.
Fish
Oh.
sausages.
I have the exact thing, the cork cake special. It has the most unique flavor in all the quadrant.
Have I heard of that before?
Insight, con, or command difficulty 1.
It's
You heard of
exciting.
it, but you had to. It's like you've heard the name, but you're trying to remember what the heck it was made of because you've never had it.
And as long as it wasn't a security outlook on it when I was on Deep Space Nine. Insight what, sorry?
Con difficulty 1.
John. Hi, I definitely survival focus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh no!
I was making a joke. Oh no.
Oh no!
That's terrific.
Oh,
Quark, what are you putting in this?
you could have a threat for that. There we go, I paused.
Okay. Well. No. Hold on. I'll try to explain. I'll send you a message and we'll see how you describe it. But
A survival focus for a cake. Okay.
It has every form of alcohol in it.
Well, that's fine.
I feel like it's got some dead guy's ashes in it.
Well, I was thinking maybe it's a Ferengi cake. Just fill.
Just
and I'll
filled
give
with
you a link to
Ferengi.
the. I'll give you the link to the second thing actually, because that.
Oh, there's a link.
Oh
two links.
no!
Yeah. Oh.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, don't worry. There's other ingredients, but that's the primary part of the food. Do you want more details? Because I can go into it.
No.
Okay, I'll stop.
Psychological torture going on here of saying what's in this cake.
You know, from what I've heard of that particular cake, I believe even the Klingons wouldn't come back for seconds.
Some do. Though there is one that happens to like prune juice for whatever reason. So, everyone has their different tastes. And this is, of course, as the good birthday girl said, it is the most unique flavor that we have on the menu when it comes to cakes.
Yep. Well, it is her birthday.
I am afraid I am.
Makes your teeth green.
Oh, that could be fun.
Because
There we go. So, cork cake special, a Rectigino, and a Denobian sausage.
Oh.
And don't worry, the cake comes with free drinks.
Yep.
And she races off. You hear cheering down below as she starts shutting down. Quart cake special! Yay!
Oh my god.
This is a very unusual procedure.
Not really. No.
You only
I
my push to talk is being annoying.
Yeah, sorry,
you
what'd
said
you say there,
only turned
Doctor?
6 once.
Yeah. You only turn 6 once. Sorry, my push to talk is being a pain.
That is mathematically accurate.
Oh, good. I thought you were about to come up with some kind of relativity or something. I'm glad you just accepted that.
I was ready for either option.
I was considering both options.
Girls
Plus,
start
this is part of
gathering as
friendship.
something's being made down below. Some bottles are being gathered up.
Okay, well, I'm sure what comes next is singing. Yep. We couldn't have the rest of the crew here, but oh well.
Yeah, I like how before the waitress came up, the only thing Myth said was, "Oh, I've applied for command training. Now cake."
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say congratulations on making a big decision. Also,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll talk about it after the cake.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Myth, that's for sure. Oh.
They've changed the ambient sounds.
Yep.
Happy
They're
birthday
purpose
to
fit.
Myth! Yay!
Oh.
Oh, it's
Happy
Clark himself.
birthday! Yay! As girls start cheering your name as he's carrying the cake up.
Myth is just looking very confused, just kind of.
it's part of.
Ah. I will.
Yeah, no,
attempt-
Varder's just kind of chuckling.
I will attempt to participate.
And you finally see Quark clearly now, as there's a lot of confused people, and some people get clearly out of Quark's way. There are no rush to stop him from carrying that monstrosity past them. As you come into view of a luminescently green, slimy cake.
Yeah.
With which appears to have decorated frosting snails on the top, and various millipedes decorating the lower edging of the cake.
It's entirely
Yep.
Frankie.
And
That's
the
what I
girls
thought,
behind him
baby.
are carrying. One is carrying the drinks you ordered, the drink you ordered, and the bit of Denobian sausage. The other one is carrying a trio of Sluggo Cola.
Yep.
Hmm.
We can use that to just blackmail someone later.
So who is the birthday girl today? Would that be you? Would that be
Oh,
probably
no.
not you? It's you. He sets the cake in front of you. Your olfactory, everyone. This thing is fragrant, is the word.
Fascinating.
I can't just turn off my nose.
and he takes a cup. The girl who took the original order sets as he's doing his big spiel about how awesome the cake is and wishing you, trying to invite you to the variety of grand things you can do here at Quarks. Because it's your birthday, you have a 2% discount on the Hollow Suite. You also get 1 complimentary spin of the Daba Wheel, minimum 10 spins. And you can indeed sit at the bar and have Quark all to yourself for at least 15 minutes to discuss this most momentous occasion, 2-drink minimum. And the Sluggo Colas get set out in front of you as these big green luminescent bottles with Sluggo Cola labels on them and a smiling, winking Frankie happily drinking it on the cover. And a free bottle of Sluggo Cola for each of you. So who's paying for this exactly? It can't be the birthday girl. That would be rude. That must be the not girl here. It stares at you.
I already said I've got it. Thanks.
Come here, please. Thanks for your help, Varder.
Yeah, great. You remember me.
Happy birthday once again. If you need me, I will be downstairs. Would you like anything else before I go?
I do not believe so.
Happy birthday once again.
Yep, there's a reason we chose to do it here, and that's more or less it.
The seems to writhe
Anywhere
and
else.
shake.
Looks at it for a minute.
Well,
Is this the traditional birthday experience?
It's one of them, says the server.
A cake is, yeah.
Depending on where you're from.
Ferengi cake, probably for Ferengi, yeah. But then again, we don't exactly have android cakes, so.
Oh, and now that you see
And
it,
you did want a complex flavor.
Indeed.
I'm pretty sure that's what you're gonna get. So
Yep, that's all yours, Smith.
And with, tries it.
it
'Cause,
it registers as possibly toxic to a variety of species. It has a very strong flavor profile. It has a variety of textures that are very unique, and I don't think in her few years of life that she's had such a concoction before. And if
Nope.
she has, you're lying to me.
we
Nothing remotely like it.
we gave you a new experience. Happy birthday.
Wow. It's very
this
minty.
is happening.
It's very green.
It's green.
It tastes green.
And the Sluggo Cola helps it all wash it down even more in that it binds it even further together and kind of helps it clump on the way down. That way you can enjoy the experience as it goes through your system, one creeping crawl at a time.
Yep, that's why.
Does anyone else partake of it? Because I'm not making them do a fitness roll because they're an android.
I'm considering it.
Denobulans can eat a lot of things.
Yeah, that was my thought. I think they have like a robust
I tried Gak
system
once.
against poisoning. If I
Yeah, I
remember
remember
right.
that.
Yeah, it was not against neurotoxins, but against.
I tried Gak once, and that time my bones weren't screaming at me. This time they are.
Hey, yeah, robust immune system.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you'd be fine.
I don't have that.
I mean, my medicine is pretty high, but my fitness is not.
This seems to be a large quantity of nutrients for a single party.
I will try it.
Oh no.
luck.
Is this also tradition?
You know, I don't know if I can assist your mental fortitude there.
It is, I mean, it is traditional that the birthday person get the most of the cake.
Yep.
But
That
I
is.
will also partake.
Fitness, medicine, difficulty 2, as the first bite is thankfully overwhelmingly of mint. And then you taste
Okay.
the slugs. Don't worry. They put fresh slugs in there to add textural contrast with the cake
Ooh,
material.
slime.
It even fizzes a little bit since it seems to be having a reaction.
To
This
the
is
saltiness
wonderful.
of my saliva.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like having Pop Rocks in your mouth, but you're eating cake and
Be-
slugs.
because it's a medicine, I will take a momentum so I can reroll. Could I make an argument for xenoimmunology?
More to the effect of being polite, because this is revolting. You're trying to resist not just spitting it right back out again, because it's overwhelmingly mint.
I mean,
Maybe she really likes it, and she'll
Yeah.
she'll roll and she'll love it. I don't know, but if she fails, and gets a complication, it's just she's gonna get sick. So,
I mean,
oh, never mind.
I
Got
made
momentum
it.
for that. Because you
No,
succeeded, you can choose whether or not your character actually does like it. It's just that it's such a strong profile. Some species will react poorly to it. It's like, oh god.
Mhm.
Ever hear
I mean,
of
Denobuans-
balancing?
Denobuans eat like
Denobuans
slugs and
eat-
such.
So the slug
Yeah.
part probably isn't what's throwing you off. It might be the mint that was like, why'd you cover it up with mint though?
Or the millipedes.
They're crunchy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're to help clean your teeth.
it's an interesting combination of textures more than anything.
Indeed.
The slime versus the crunch is a bit confusing.
I'll take your word for it. Yep.
Don't you be
But
a
the flavor
coward.
isn't bad.
Get in there.
So
It might be
So-
poisonous to him.
I am detecting multiple compounds that might be harmful to you, Lieutenant Commander Varder.
Yeah, I know my bones are technically healing capable. I haven't tested it. I don't plan to with this.
That
Sounds
seems
like
a wise
coward.
decision. And Myth pulls
You know,
pad
maybe you can,
she's
like,
having?
shoot me later, and we'll test it that way. I feel like that would be less painful.
Myth pulls up her pad and is like cross-referencing something. You see, the doctor probably sees there's just a bunch of chemistry stuff on there.
Hmm.
There seems to be a strong mint flavor.
Yes, it's not what I expected.
It is providing difficult to differentiate from the rest of the experience.
Oh, and Vardy, and actually, all of you can kind of see that both the people who ate of the cake have very green teeth.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna take a hollow later, and it's just gonna be
You know,
great.
at this point in time, I feel like I'm still needing to go out and speak in public, so I don't want green teeth for that either.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's not like a certain somebody might be insulted if you didn't eat his famous, most well-known cake.
He can be insulted. The worst he can do is send assassins after me.
And that can't be worse than eating the cake, right?
Even if it's Marn.
Aw.
Thank you for this experience. I have not had an anniversarial celebration before.
Well, we have talked about how we're friends, and this is one of the experiences you get when you have friends.
Indeed.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh no.
big grin with just green teeth.
Yeah,
Holograms
Oh, wait,
appear on the
Denobulans smile
walls.
without their teeth. Hang on, never mind, doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Big Denobulan smile.
As all holograms start dancing within a caricature of Myth, happily eating her cake.
Oh, no. Now that I've not seen before.
No, that's you. I'm fairly sure that's new.
And we
Huh.
cut back to Grenin coming out of his deep thought in present time.
Are you okay there,
Hang on a
Captain?
sec.
Or perhaps he doesn't.
Do you need me to pick you up and carry you over my shoulder?
Oh, I'm here. Sorry, it's like you got me. Like I had a mouthful of food. I was like, oh god, I didn't expect him to just like jump back to me.
Mouthful of cake, perhaps.
Mm.
Of slugs.
Oh,
Oh,
You're
God.
welcome.
That was a thing.
That was great.
That was like peak Trek.
Yeah. Just
Oh, that
remembering
was like-
things
that
that
was
Data
like-
ate and drank. They were like,
Oh yeah, that was like peak Quark too.
I
mhm.
feel like the difficulty for Varder would have been like a 4 or a 5.
Anyways,
Should we continue, Captain?
agreed. Let's see what the plank has to offer.
Well, the specs were impressive, so hopefully it should do its job.
Hmm.
Also, yeah, I'm going to need to talk to you later on about getting our tactical officers and ops stations to try and sync up our data for live operations.
Agreed.
You step onto the bridge of the Maxwell Plank. And everyone the tactical person looks over at you. Oh. Everyone else keeps to their station. They seem to be busy. Captain, Commander.
I see we're all busy on the bridge today.
Yes, apparently there was a new development in the research of our new warp bubble technology. We're seeing about adding a possible trans conduit variable to it, which may extend it into a more needle-like structure, which will allow us to achieve higher speeds at a greater safety to the ship's structural integrity field. But it will require the reversing of various polarities across the ship, which may overload certain systems. So I had to check on whether or not we could go without torpedoes for the duration of our assignment. But I'm under the impression that we may have to be at a frontier area. So I was evaluating whether or not that would be the best use of our abilities, because if we have no torpedoes, we can't be effective in our mission profile as per the squadron. But we do have the continuing mission of furthering the advances of Starfleet as a whole. And indeed, the doctor we have aboard for the Corps of Engineers is rather adamant that we don't delay too much of our efforts, because frankly, he can be rather annoying sometimes.
Officer, what's your name?
Officer Max, actually.
Max.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's rather funny, sir.
Well, take a breath.
I wonder why.
Why would that be, sir? The oxygen level aboard ship is perfectly acceptable.
If you need to drop the torpedoes to continue your testing, go ahead. There's 2 other ships in this squad. We can make up the cover.
Well, I would love to do that, sir, but we would require the sign of the captain of the ship and or the squadron commander.
Well, that's Captain Grennan there.
Oh,
And-
you're captaining the Maxwell Plank, sir? Oh, we're going to be the flagship. Oh, that is quite fitting for a Seventh Fleet captain.
Grennan just raises an eyebrow, looks down at the 4 pips on his collar, and then looks back at him.
Hmm.
I don't think he's figured it out yet, Captain.
Figured what out, sir?
Just give it a minute.
Mm-hmm. He just smiles.
So, could I get back to my duties, or do you need assistance on the bridge, sirs?
I don't think he's getting it without you telling him.
No, I'm going to specifically wait for this. He's going to stand there until he figures it out.
Yep.
Both of us just stood there, arms crossed, waiting.
It's terrible.
He goes to sit back down. I'll be here if you need me. And he starts typing away, getting back to work.
Oh no, I have an
I think
idea.
this is a mission failed. We'll get him next time moment.
Mm.
Well, I'm glad he's not on my ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I did put
I am
in for a
thrilled with this
commander.
character.
I did put in with for a commander, but apparently I lack the battle experience of your current tactical officer. I hear they're quite capable of utilizing the fast tracking system, although I did send over some possible improvements that they wish to implement, but that'll probably require your approval.
Yes, either Penn's approval or the approval of the fleet commander, or the squadron captain.
Or yourself, yes. He continues typing away.
I think you got it.
Sorry, what was I supposed to get? Should I get you something to drink?
No, it's nothing.
Oh, very good, sir.
Well, that was interesting.
Not an experience I hope to repeat.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking to Myth over communications. She's interested in taking the command test.
Really?
Yeah, so I was actually going to ask if we could maybe consider her for this role here.
Hmm.
Well, because let's be honest, Varta does prefer to be in engineering, and she can also serve here on the plank as well.
That's true. Though for the time being, until Myth is able to take the command test, we'll carry on as is.
Agreed. Well, I thought it would be a good way for her to get experienced with commanding for on this ship and eventually back on the Kismet.
Hmm.
I mean, it's an impressive vessel. There's a lot of smart people here.
Indeed.
Maybe lacking a bit of
Reminds me a lot
common
of the Kismet in ways.
sense. Minus the common sense.
Well, I'm fairly satisfied with everything here.
Oh, hello, Captain, Commander. How can I help you? Says the XOs. They finally stand up. They're about to hand something. They see you there and jump in surprise. Like, oh, geez, someone's there.
I think someone noticed us, Captain.
It's because the tactical officer was supposed to say you were on the bridge.
Oh no, yeah. It says, yeah. Well, I don't blame him for not noticing us. After all, it's not like we were announced or anything.
Looking directly at Lieutenant Max.
Max doesn't look up. The XO kind of looks at the two of you. Well, We actually haven't met the captain of our ship yet, sir. We weren't even told you were coming. Normally, we have the full dress uniform meeting and the galley.
Hmm.
Is Commander Penn taking over? I was told he was taking over the Peltist.
No, he is not taking over.
Oh, are you taking over?
No.
That would be quite fitting of a Starfleet officer of your rank, sir. Be quite a step up from the lunar class, a bit of a war vessel as it is.
And Grennan just crosses his arms.
In my opinion, sir.
No. The plank will be under the command of my chief engineer. She's just getting her, she's just finishing up her affairs regarding the Kismet's own engineering department.
Ah. Engine trouble, I see. Common problem with lunar classes.
No, more so seeing to the proper line of succession for her departure.
Ah, of course, sir. Whatever you say, sir.
I don't know if this would be like an insight check or whatever, but I get the impression that this guy doesn't like me or doesn't think much of the Kismet.
Insight command, difficulty 1.
Because this guy's throwing some shade.
Yeah, so I'm not going to assist you. I'm just going to pat you on the shoulder, walk out, saying this is your problem.
Great, thanks. Gonna spend a momentum. No focus, but it's a command roll, so I'm still in a good place. Rerolling that 0. Nice.
Into momentum.
2.
This person seems to be of that school of Starfleet officer that detests that Starfleet has any war has had to be forced into war. The idea of a defiant offends this kind of officer. This person would have served on science vessels, medical vessels, backline vessels, seeing the aftermath of battles, but never participating in it themselves. And if they were, they tend to fight. They tend to be pretty good because they tend to be good at finding ways to end a fight efficiently because they don't want to fight for very long.
Right.
But it's with great resentment. And anyone who willingly serves on a strategic and diplomatic vessel or a tactical operations vessel is more Klingon than Starfleet, and that's a school of thought within Starfleet, usually among like Ryzians and Vulcans and stuff like that, who have a dim view of that sort of thing. And a ship like this with with a technical testbed ship. These are the kind of scientists who are told, sure, all the cool things you're going to design are going to be used to kill people. Some of it can be used to advance science and the final frontier, but a lot of it's going to be used to kill people. It's like, oh, good thing I signed up for this then. So that's the vibe you're getting off him. And he doesn't hate you in particular, but he does seem to be questioning your choice of ship and career.
Okay. Are there any other questions I should ask about this guy? Because I do get a free one from cold reading, and I never get to use that.
Yeah, he seems like an ass.
Does he seem like the kind of person who will... I don't want to say be a problem, but does he seem like the type to raise a fuss over it?
You know that this person won't oppose the public part of your orders. If they get wind of the secret part of it, they're gonna. This is the kind of person who will protest the order. They'll do it because they're not disloyal, but they'll lodge a complaint going, I think this is not a fitting use of my resources. And when you remember the person's personnel file, they do that a lot, and they did it a lot during the war. But you know, every ship.
It was the war. I mean, yes, we are just going to stop fighting. Like your protest is noted. Let's stop fighting. Great idea.
Yeah.
Your
protest is noted. To the trenches.
Yeah. It feels like this. So Out of curiosity, is this Officer Ryzian?
Yes.
There you go.
Unlike Joan, who's fought in the war and was like, no, he embraced the fact that, well, that's what needs to be done for the people around me to be happier. I have to save them from this war, as quickly as possible. This person resents that war was happening at all, and that someone, like a lot of residents, like, yeah, you must have screwed up to let this war happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wars only happen because you let them happen, is a common philosophy. Because surrender is always an option, you know.
Oh yeah, Varder will tell him how that works out for you.
It smells like bitch in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Woof.
is it possible to replace this guy as the XO with Myth?
Don't think you'd be.
Oh
happy
no,
about
I'd be thrilled to have this character as my XO if I get command
I
to
was
play.
gonna say, I feel like this might be.
No, this'll be great.
Yeah,
Just
like,
maybe
this
a
is-
little bit of a pain for for Grinnin.
You get to whack them in the face with the reality stick every once in a while.
If you need, I can kamikaze them.
that.
So,
That's
okay.
That's not the real. That's not the real stick. That's just death.
Actually, I'm gonna check something real quick for the crewman here, for the officer.
Oh, do you have like full things on all of these crew members?
God no.
I was going to say that'd be kind of insane.
Yeah. Excuse me, Captain. Could I possibly request your presence in the ready room?
Sure.
Oh no.
Bye, Grannon.
Bye, Grennan. And I step into the ready room of this intrepid.
And I get my promotion.
Captain,
Have fun, Brennan.
Captain, permission to speak freely. He turns around and smiles as he says that and stands at ease when he asks the question.
Granted.
Do you have a problem with me, Captain?
No. Not a problem with you specifically.
Because I'm not entirely sure why you happen to hate me or my crew in particular, but I don't see how a technical testbed ship could be of any grand assistance to a strategic and diplomatic ship. And I may not be cleared for all the things that the command class and near flag officers of the fleet may be privy to, but I can read between the lines, and I'm getting the feeling that we're being deployed on the frontier again and being not told things again, and we're going to be asked to shoot at somebody or devise some new bioweapon again. So could you please tell me, for all that is good in this universe, that we are indeed simply going out to actually experiment and discover new things about ourselves and the universe, or are we here to just show the flag to scare some species into not fighting us again?
Oh, buddy. Okay.
Open
Give
and
me a
insightful
second.
Ryzians are.
Well, give me a second. I gotta look at my values.
Sure.
What you should say is just yes, to which? Yes.
That is actually a way out of that, yeah. Didn't give a technical answer.
No, yeah, you see, here's the thing though. Grennan's fed up with this too, so
You kind of struck a nerve there.
like this struck a nerve with him. Like this is the exact kind of thing that he was trying to he doesn't want to keep this guy in the dark, because being kept in the dark and playing subterfuge is what he's trying to stop doing. So Grennan is just going to sit down. You know, the the state of the galaxy is not black and white.
He folds his arms.
I used to think that way. I used to think that everything could be solved with a kind word, and that diplomacy solved all problems. I don't know if you've seen my service record, but until I came into command of the Kismet, I was the diplomat, through and through. And then I came into command of a starship, and I came to learn that sometimes the people around you don't care if you have the best of intentions. And I will level with you. We are going out here to show the flag, to show that the Federation can still stand strong.
He kind of walks over angrily away from you for a second and sits down in the captain's chair, just kind of takes a breath and kind of face palms for a second and looks back at you.
In the same breath, the mission that you were told that we are going out there to perform scientific survey, that is also true. That is not a lie. And I will make sure that we get to do it whenever and wherever we can. It's what Starfleet stands for. It's not in my nature to deprive people of what they want to do. Because I understand the purpose of this ship. Why do you think I selected it? Because I know for a fact, and he points at the table, that we'll be doing some very technically intensive surveys.
Thank you for your honesty, Captain. He stands up and puts his hand, comes to attention, folds his hands behind him. I believe you answered my question, sir. I have no further questions for you at this time, sir.
Okay, I'm inciting him again.
To what end? Because I may be a non-roll.
Right. What's his? Did my words move him to any degree or not? Or is he just as stubborn in his ways and is going to be is he going to continue to be vocal about this?
You get the feeling that this person is going to get along very well with Vada, and to put it that way, this person is seeing yet another captain who's telling them that it's for the greater good. That's what he's seeing right now. But Vada has been pretty good about, is a technical person, so seeing a non-security person being in command will be comforting. But
right.
Give me insight command difficulty of you know what? I'll make it 3.
Yeah, of course you are. Gonna spend a momentum.
Okay.
Oh god, re-rolling that 0 or that comp.
Oh no.
I failed.
You could determination.
I could say, I could tap the value trust in my crew.
But you don't. You could challenge that value if you wanted,
Hmm.
because you're questioning this person's motives.
Mission directive?
What mission?
No, hold on.
I'm holding.
Nah, not worth it.
You're not sure. Beyond that, there's something else there, but that you get a feeling about that Vada and this person will vibe on some level, but yeah,
Not if she
you have a
keeps
hard.
talking bad about the Kismet's engines, they won't.
Yeah, like that's probably the one bit that'll get them into their initial argument, and that might lead to something else. But what that will be, you're not sure. You're not sure what it's gonna, because probably the minute he starts talking crap about the Kismet, you know Vada that she's not gonna respond well to that. But you're not sure what the next step is gonna be because you don't know this person, and they were open to a point and they stopped, so they kind of stopped revealing stuff about themselves. You can tell that they're not friendly to you, though. They seem loyal. They seem in the fact that you're wearing the uniforms. They respect the uniform, but not necessarily a person in it. But beyond that, you're not sure.
Great. Another person who doesn't respect Captain Grennan. What else is fucking new? Beautiful. Just know that if you need to talk, I'm around and I will listen.
Sir, I'll endeavor to adhere to the chain of command as per rules and regulations. If such requirement of your personal attention to a matter is required, I'll make sure to bring it across the appropriate channels, sir.
You know what I mean, and the captain will leave.
Aye, sir. Thanks for visiting, says Lieutenant Max.
I love this crew.
Oh,
On second
God.
thought, maybe we shouldn't send Myth with them. It might be a bad influence.
You won't get her back.
Here's me thinking the Pelters crew would be the fucking weird ones.
Oh my God.
Now they probably served fairly actively in the war and everything.
Their tactical operations ship. They just happened to be lucky in that they were in the small bits of the fighting. It's like, we weren't shot at that much, actually. We're one of the newer Defiant classes, so we just dealt with like pirates and stuff, and we had overwhelming advantage in every fight. Oh no, you're shooting at us. We win.
It's like they probably entered in late into the war when, they weren't a single ship fighting a Dominion fleet. Yeah. They were, part of a Federation fleet.
And when it comes to the pirates, they're like rocking up and they're like, "Do we fire? No, just hit them with the front lightly."
Yeah. Just fire a warning shot with the quantum torpedo. That'll get their attention. Oh, okay, we got it. Yeah, I thought that would get your attention.
Oh, this is a good one. Oh,
it's a new scene as we cut to the runabout. As the three of you have had time to enjoy the memories that you've had and the terrible, terrible things that you've witnessed,
and tasted,
as the case may be.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
We have a bottle of that on the shuttle, right?
Oh yeah, no, because you didn't drink yours.
Yeah, exactly. We're giving that to Grennan or Penn. They can share.
Oh, one of the Coca-Colas?
Yep.
They have an almost indefinite shelf life, so you could totally do that.
That's surprising. Not really. Given they're alive.
God.
Yep, that's just going to be on the captain's chair at some point.
Just on his chair.
What's that?
All right, I'll grab that.
I'm thinking either this
reason science. Sorry, God.
Or I'm thinking either this or this for Max.
Which shuttle were we again?
Okay, that's.
Oh, we were the runabout, right?
Yeah, we're the runabout. So I got one. Oh wait, no, my comp range is still up, so that
should be normal. Yeah. That's a 19. You're good. Ow, my neck. Ow.
So that's 2 successes, and then assisted by the runabout. Bart, are you grabbing the runabout or?
Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
just found it. There we go. I could not locate it, and I was concerned.
Yeah.
It is running about. I'll leave now. Where's science? There's science. Yeah, no, that was a flat. I almost made it.
At extreme range, you
Guys.
detect several contacts.
Oh.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh.
I was about to say, if it's Quark's assassins already, that was quick.
That was quick.
That was quick.
Okay, well, they'll hail us soon enough. It's not like we need to say hi.
Yes.
Or they won't because you rolled a.
It was a false complication.
False complication, yeah.
Yeah.
I had my range.
It was a false positive. False negative?
False negative.
False negative.
Yeah, once we get slightly closer, I'll hail the station. Control engineering. Got it.
Assisted by communications engineering.
Ooh.
Well, I still got it.
False complication anyway. Set your freaking complication thing.
No, I did. That's control. My enhanced control.
Oh,
That's a real
one.
complication.
Oh no.
And it's assisted by what?
Communications engineering.
Communications, right. Haha. Haha. Ha.
Yeah, no, that is actually a real complication. So I succeeded because I get the free success, but then I complicated on the roll.
Can't help you there,
Unidentified
Chief.
small crafts. Please identify yourself. This is Starbase 21.
This is Runabout Angie Sage. Out of the USS Kismet, returning from the planet Bajor. Lieutenant Myth, Lieutenant Commander Varder, and Lieutenant Commander Dr. Efrix on board.
Bring ship to a halt immediately.
Oh no.
Complying with order.
What's the bit that Jumda Juice is illegal?
And I
All
bring the
person-
shuttlecraft to a halt.
All personnel, please provide security codes.
Right?
Will do as requested.
I'm just writing down a security code.
I know what this is for.
For each of you.
Oh no.
Oh, I see. Haha.
If you remember,
Well.
remember from last session, there was a certain firefight in the Admiralty office.
Ooh.
Yes.
They're being a little jumpy right now. And
That
you-
makes
you
sense.
initially, and your complication, your runabout code didn't come through clearly. So
Yeah.
like, oh, unidentified runabout. Yeah, we're totally these people. Yeah, stop right where you are.
And then Myth brings shuttle to a full stop, and that looks slightly better.
I have a 14 in that. Should I go first?
Yeah, go ahead. I've only got a 12.
I'm going to assume I don't
I've
have
got
a
a
focus.
13.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have a focus for saying my clearance codes.
Starfleet protocol, chain of command, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've got things that usurp the chain of command.
I mean,
Mhm.
if he's doing it first, is it lead by example?
It actually would be, since he would be the first putting his neck out. Yeah.
All right, then that's something.
You're welcome.
You can have a threat, I guess, just to be on the safe side. There we go. I still had rolled as runabout anti-stage because I want to change the name, but oh well. That's
Good
my
enough.
stats.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Gain 2 momentum there as you enter in your code. Who's next?
Yes.
I have
I'll
a
go next.
13.
Myth.
I'll go
you
next because I
don't
have the
need-
free success.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah.
Myth,
Oh,
you
okay.
could- Yeah, Myth, you could just roll without spending.
I'm going to do that.
Spend 2 to crush it.
Yeah, so the one we got there
Yeah.
and one from the pool.
Yeah.
And then
As your
As
delivery is
right.
rather mechanical, but then they check the records. Wait, it's supposed to sound that way.
Omega
red
119736 Theta 4 Myth.
It's like, are they kidding with us? That's such a fake recording of no, Android. If they sounded normal, it'd be weird. Oh, never mind.
Uh-huh.
and then Epric, you can spend the momentum.
Or
Yeah.
not. You can taste the dangerous side of life.
No, that's okay.
It's not like you're.
It's not like they already want to apprehend her.
Right.
Oh,
Hey.
get the momentum back.
Nice. Wow, I complicated twice.
Yep.
3 times
sure
if we count the
did.
false one.
Oh, no. I mean, take into account that complication train you rolled.
Yeah, it's just
3 in a row. The same roll.
Runabout, stand by.
Holding at station keeping.
You hear a chirp that indicates they've put you on hold.
So, you found your magic box. Did you keep what was in the box, by the way, Myth?
Yeah, I did. Which is pretty much just clothes
Yeah.
and a map. Well, not even a map, it's a
I
drawing.
just have to wonder, did you tell or show us what you found, or did you just say you found a box of things?
Actually, yeah, so she would have shown both of you what she found.
Aww.
Yeah, okay, Varda would have chuckled at that because of what it was in the thing.
Station
Now
operations
she has a
to
pair of
Captain
jeans.
Grennan. Station operations to Captain Grennan. Please.
Brennan here.
Are you at a secure panel? CO clearance?
Am I?
You can get to one rather quickly. You just duck into a room and type out. You're on a starbase. It's not that hard.
Please hold Starbase.
Holding.
And I'll go over to a secure terminal.
And you see
Okay.
enter command code. Control command, difficulty 1.
I'm going to spend a momentum just for the reroll.
Oh, not a threat? Darn.
You cut that out.
I'm one short of making your life harder.
If you want the threat,
Um,
you need me to roll.
I know, but they wouldn't call you.
Or me for security stuff.
I tried. Yeah, you get like 2 minutes back. So yeah, you get through, and you are told that you're asked to verify if the command codes of one Lieutenant Commander Varder, one Lieutenant Commander Efrix, and one Lieutenant Myth are valid.
Yes, was expecting them back right around now. And approved.
Thank you, Captain Grennan. Where would you like us to direct their traffic? Well, your ships have already deployed away from the station and moved into formation. I didn't know if you wanted them to come straight to base or if you wanted them to board your ship.
I'd like them directed to the USS Kismet.
Very good. Oh, do you want us to arrange a transport over to the Kismet, or are you going to take a shuttle over? Well, I have you, since might as well not call you twice for the same thing, sir.
If you could arrange a transport for me, that would be great.
Very good, sir. Transporter room 23 Alpha should be open for you.
Very good.
Station ops out. Station operations to Runabout.
Runabout Angie Sage here.
Runabout Angie Sage, you have clearance has been approved. Direct traffic and landing to USS Kismet. Subspace frequency 225 Alpha Bravo.
Confirm Starbase. Thank you.
Station operations out. As someone looks over at him, what's Alpha Bravo? Oh, sorry. Earth thing. Shrug and continue with their day.
Right, well, okay.
And Karen is beamed over to the Kismet at some point.
Yep, and I fly us over to the Kismet.
They seem like they're a little on edge.
Indeed.
And actually, as you get closer, you can see that a lot of normally starbases like to keep a lot of their ships docked just to help save them save energy for all the various people they can hold. They've deployed almost all the ships in a very defensive formation around Starbase 21, and they are constantly scanning. In fact, the people who saw you first was the Kismet, and they reported it to Starbase 21 on their order. Like, hey, could you use your sensors to keep an eye out for stuff? Anything at all? Hey, look, one of our runabouts out there. Call them.
It might be because they've got pinned on the station.
That's a fair comment.
I mean, roundabout ways, it actually is because of Penn.
It is in a roundabout ways.
Yeah.
Wow, Myth now has civilian clothes?
Yeah. Well, not quite. Myth has a swimsuit and a pair of jeans.
Oh, yeah, right. It's just
Well,
a swimsuit and a pair of
swimsuit
jeans.
is a little.
She has a bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah, even that's being generous.
It covers the important bits.
I mean, if anybody can pull it off, it's probably an android.
It's probably Myth, yeah.
I doubt she
Stepping on the
will.
bridge. And Wintergas steps out of the seat. Welcome back, Captain. We just directed traffic for the runabout with and they've docked up with us. So, other than that, I think we have all crew accounted for. We just got a call back from the Peltus and the Maxwell Planck, so they should be ready to go on our call.
Very good. Do we have we do have our first assignment, that's right. Give me a moment. Very well. Get our tactical setups and communications linked up with the Planck and the Peltast. Penn should be handling that on his end.
All right. Sending communique to Peltus. Stand by. Penn, do you get a request from the Kismet regarding the plan, as it were?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start linking up the relevant systems.
Give me Presence Con, difficulty of 3. As you're unifying your warp fields together, so you can all kind of stay at each other's pace.
Would you
without being slowed down too much?
accept starships as a focus?
Yes, and your ship can assist with communications plus con because you're the one that's kind of directing traffic at the moment.
Awesome. Take a threat. Actually, no, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to roll the 6 challenge dice.
Oh, okay.
I want to be, I want to be fair. You get 5.
Ooh, he gets 5 of 6. Hey.
And the ship.
And a reroll. And a reroll, right? Or do you not have bold con anymore?
No, I have bold command and security.
Yeah, gained 2 momentum as you're able to unify the ship's course and warp frequencies.
Awesome. I'll be working on different systems at a later date, but for now, that's good enough. Inform the Kismet that the Peltus is synced up and ready to embark when ordered.
Aye, sir. Passing on the message. Around this time, the Doctor and Varder and Myth are able to step onto the bridge. Oh, sorry, Doctor. I don't mean to presume. You could go straight to the sickbay if you wanted.
I'd probably check in with Brennan first.
Ah,
Great to see you all.
Yep, we're back.
Captain, we got confirmation from the Peltas. Looks like we're all synced up now.
All right. Inform them to assume. Inform the Peltast and the Plank to assume. To assume departure formation, and on my signal, have a course plotted in for the Shosku system.
Aye, sir. Moving to bearing 2250, Mark 20.
Order, Myth, Efrix, good to have you back.
Glad to be back,
Captain.
Captain.
I forget. Have they been informed? Have they been informed of the Tiger Squadron yet?
I was just going to ask that.
You were told to report to the Kismet because it's on active duty and about to ship out. So the last little bit, you kind of raced a little harder on the runabout to get home because, like, oh wait, they're shipping out. We better get to Starbase 21. Beyond that, they haven't been briefed because it requires a command level clearance, which none of them are commanding off our command red. So,
yeah, I forgot whether or not they had learned about it before they left.
No, you didn't give them a brief. They just arrived. They just rolled in.
Okay. I'll fill the three of you in a moment. Once we get underway, have you all managed to get your things back to your quarters, get settled back in?
Native, we have just docked the runabout and reported to the bridge, Captain.
Well, in that case, I'd get yourselves settled back in. Once you're settled back in, meet me in the conference room and I will brief you on our new status.
Yes, sir.
Very well, Captain.
Aye, sir.
As he yawns at his station.
Yeah, I mean, we were up for a solid, 14 hours before we just docked.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Like, for Myth and Efrix is no big, but for Varder,
Yeah.
For Varder, it's like, yeah. It's like when we were coming back, we were like, yeah, we've got time, and the alert came through, and it's like, damn it, we don't have time.
Also, you're being asked for security clearances. Like, this is the first Starbase that was yelling at you, security clearance. Whoa, hi. Didn't you know we were coming?
yeah.
So I assume the proper formation is the Kismet and the Plank on either side of the Peltast.
If you're taking the Peltas with you, I'd assume so, yeah.
Yeah, if we're using our warp bubbles to allow the Peltas to achieve speeds higher than warp 8, yes.
Don't worry, Pen. We'll begin coordinations on that slingshot maneuver.
I mean, you do realize it can go 8.7 for max and for cruise and for maximum of a 9.5.
Yeah, but we're gonna take it to a cruising of 9 point something, rather than stressing it out.
Yeah.
Because that way you have fresh legs.
Yeah.
This is what you do with this is why escort ships have bigger ships drag them along a little bit. It's like, hey, especially in fleet. This is actually an ideal formation for a smaller ship like that. It's like, oh, cool, we get a free ride. We get to save all our energy for shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Or most of it anyway. You have to use some of it to maintain to help maintain the bubble.
Yeah, use your engines a little bit, but not a ton.
Starbase 21 to
Quite as hard.
Tiger Squadron.
Tiger Squadron
here. Oh, rerouting.
Tiger Squadron here.
Message from the Admiral. Stay safe and good hunting.
Acknowledged. And as soon as the communication cuts out, that is not the phrasing I would have used, but...
Still unbriefed people on the bridge looking at Gilbert
Yeah.
like, We going out to hunt
Yeah.
pirates?
As I said, once you've settled back in, I'll apprise you of the situation. Let's fly. And he points to the screen.
And
Stand by.
we make those noises, I'm sure. Yeah.
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 Woohoo.
Oh, and look, we left Joker behind. What a shame.
He's
Oh, wow.
doing fighter squadron stuff.
And that is the end of the episode.
Oh my.